And Bitcoin is acting like a stretched rubber band. We're pinned at 114, 115,000, but the liquidation heat map is glowing at 113,000. If Powell isn't hawkish, a quick run stop down could be the fuel for a repin and push towards 116, 117,000. Here's the plan. Like and subscribe if you want my exact levels and the full liquidation map. Comment VIP for the complete breakdown in the VIP Telegram. $20 a month, completely worth it. So Wednesday's the story, guys. What moves markets? The policy decision, the dot plot path, fresh inflation, growth, and unemployment projections, any QT color, and Powell's tone. First impulse hits via DXY and yields, then our 112 to 118 gamma band can mute the initial spike. The next day, ETF flows either validate or fade the move. So quick scenarios. Benign, dovish, DXY and yield slip by the sweep to 112 to 113,000. Look for repin at around 114 and then 116 to 117 tests. Hawkish, DXY yields bounce, which would mean fade 115 to 116,000 dollar spikes. Risk 110 to 111,000 tag before relief. Those are two possible scenarios. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart. Sideways, trying to get back into this zone here, right above 117, like we mentioned. Closes above this 50 EMA. Looks like we might possibly come in and retest. I'm thinking that it's very, very possible that we do come back and retest, and I'll show you the heat map that tells me that, and that's kind of screaming to me. So right now, holding above the 50 on the daily, holding above the 200 EMA on the daily. Support, I would say 113 and then 111,000. I don't know that we drop down to 111,000. Depends on what happens Wednesday. And volume's looking all right. RSI, we're not oversold. We're at 55. OBV looks fine. All that stuff looks fine. We're close to this high volume node at 117. We have to flip it in order for me to get very bullish. We didn't even touch it this time, so let's see what happens here. On the weekly, it looks good. Doesn't look like it's dropping. It looks like it's just going sideways before the next. This was a leg up, right? Up to this area. We lost it. Retesting. Now we're knocking on the door of that area. I think maybe a little bit more sideways between 117 to 111,000, and then that's how I see it. You know, it depends on what this Fed news is. They're expecting a 25 basis point rate cut, so that's already in expectations. If we break with that expectations, then yeah, we could see some downside. If not, then we probably stay the same. Chop more sideways, right? Grab that liquidity down at 113, right? So resistance. Let's go back to the daily. Take a look at that. So resistance right here, 116, 117. Right? The magnet is 114 still because that's where max pain is. So liquidity is at 113. Keep that in mind. 112 high volume node right here. High volume node right here on the 200 EMA. Keep that in mind. Upside momentum only if we go above 117,000. Right? If we lose this area again, we'll come back down to 111. So my base case, a downside fake out to 113,000 into the event, which is the FOMC. Then we reassess on DXY and yields. We'll take a look at those in a second. What do derivatives tell us? Max pain's at 114,000, so that explains the pin behavior. GEX is positive between 112 and 118,000, means any moves in here inside of that area are dampened. Okay, inside that band, moves are dampened and amplifies when we break out, okay, in either direction. If we break below 112, it could amplify. If we break above 118, it could amplify, okay, so keep that in mind. CVD, petrols, CVD is negative. OI is pretty steady, open interest right here, and the funding is positive but near zero. So that means steady OI means rallies are being sold, but longs aren't crowded. That leaves room for a squeeze after the event. Key tells a dense liquidity pocket at 113,000. Let's take a look at that really quickly. Now we go to liquidation heat map. Take a look at the whip. Look at this heat map, guys, on the weekly. This is what I'm talking about. 113, 112, right? And down. All right, so there's a dense liquidity pocket here with secondary pools at 110, 111. All right, so price is definitely eyeing this area. Keep that in mind. What this means, path of least resistance is, I'll repeat it again, 114,000 is the repin if ETFs stay supportive. Last week, by the way, ETFs were very green, okay? Bitcoin had every day was green, finishing strong on Friday, and Ethereum, 4 out of the 5 days were green on ETF flow, so we need that to continue. All right, if we break below 113,000, then yeah, I can see us coming back down here, 110, maybe even 109. Okay. If we have bodies, something like this above this area right here, then we flip to momentum. Then we flip the momentum long. If you want intraday updates and my invalidations, join the VIP Telegram. Link is in the bio. $20 a month. Ethereum is looking pretty constructive, essentially sideways and consolidating a little bit. Look at this. After this few days of just above the 50 EMA, we started moving up. We're giving back some of those gains. Hopefully, the top of this little range right here, more or less. Hopefully, we don't lose it. Hopefully, we don't lose 4,400. All right, so keep that in mind. If we don't lose 4,400, we should be good, and we keep bouncing out towards 5,000. Right. So to finish this off, stay above 4,400. Right. Keep building this upward momentum, and at some point we're gonna touch 5,000, and at some point after that we're gonna break through it. Right. So Ethereum is looking good. We want that for those of us that are into altcoins. We want Ethereum to move forward. Ethereum BTC, same type of thing. Okay. Maybe we come back and we test down here. Support, I would like to see it go no lower than 0.038 cents. Right now it's at 0.039. If we lose this, then yeah, 50 EMA is the next area at 0.037. All right. From that, I would expect a bounce. I'm bullish that Ethereum will continue to outperform, right? And eventually we will get up to 0.048 cents and above. All right. So that's Ethereum. And keep in mind, for this to happen, we need Bitcoin volume to be calm and DXY to continue to ease. All right. Let's take a look at those charts. Let's take a look at the macro. Okay. NASDAQ all-time highs, SPX all-time highs, Dow Jones close to all-time highs, So macro is risk on at the edges. Gold also at all-time highs. VIX continues to be subdued, although we see a little bump up. That's normal. So DXY would be what we continue to watch. I'm thinking right now that it's based out. I mean, it's pretty much, as far as I see it, this means bottoming out. Right? Could we go lower? I hope we do. Right, but let's see what decision it wants to make here. Right, the DXY. So we'll be watching that. Right now we're at 97. If we're over 98, that's pressure for altcoins. If the risk tone survives Powell, BTC dips, If the risk tone survives Powell, BTC dips are buys, and Ethereum likely outperforms. Oh man, let's take a look at some memes. All right, my favorite are Megals. Megals looking like this is probably the likely bottom right here. If everything else is bottom, so has Megals. 0.027 cents, good area to buy. Toshi moved up on Saturday, gave it all back. Okay, losing the 50 EMA. Maybe we come back down here and test the 200. 3054, excellent area to buy for Toshi. KeyCat retesting the top of this triangle, right here. 2038, good time to buy. KeyCat dogging me, rejecting off this 50 EMA, and probably testing this range. The lows of this range are right here. Good area to buy as far as I see it. 3046, using the strategy of DCA for all of them. Okay, and so the bottom line, guys, I'm expecting a sweep to 113,000 and repin near 114,000 around the FOMC, which is Wednesday. Right? If Powell is benign and DXY softens, I'm looking for 116 to 117,000 for Bitcoin and Ethereum over Bitcoin. If the tone is hawkish and DXY pops, prepare for 110, 111,000 before relief. Trade levels, not opinions, and let DXY and the yields confirm. Right? Yields, 2-year, that's 10-year. Cool, guys. Smash the like and subscribe if this helped. Comment VIP for the full liquidation map and invalidations. Join the VIP Telegram, $20 a month. Link in bio. Definitely worth it. I'll see you guys after that rate cut Friday. Have a good one.